Hey, what's going on, people on YouTube? I said I would follow up if there were any developments, and I guess some bows tie themselves. Unfortunately, this is not a positive message here. In fact, I'd say that this is probably the most fucked up thing that's ever happened to me over the 12 years I've been playing PoE. To take this to this level, I can't even imagine the mental state, but um, it's become obvious to me what the reason is for this. Obviously, if you saw my last video, this is a continuation from that. Um, while there was some ambiguity on my part about what the causality was there, whether or not it was targeted attack, whatever, I've pretty much put aside any thoughts on that. I was streaming earlier tonight and was telling a story about college or something, and I wanted to show my stream a photo of it. And I went to open up my Instagram, and as you can see here, my Instagram was suspended. Now, why this is interesting and why this is relevant is because I haven't used my Instagram since the Canadian federal election, which was in the middle of April. And you can see here that it was suspended on May 15th, 2025. And if you take a look, when I returned from my break and decided to continue streaming, but just to do so on YouTube, that happened on May 15th, 2025. Now, that in of itself, perhaps, maybe just a coincidence. Obviously very frustrated about that. That is that's my government name. I've literally not even logged into it for several weeks. So I know beyond any shadow of a doubt that there is absolutely no way that I'm responsible or guilty of whatever it is that I was shut down for. And so I went to go check my email to follow up with that. And this is the part that was just frankly disgusting. Um, you can see here that it says action needed on account, action needed on account, action needed on account, action needed on account, action needed account, all on May 15th. And it looks like what happened is that maybe I showed my own email on stream sometime or something. It looks like somebody connected to my Instagram using that email, made a bunch of burner accounts. This is the part that is truly revolting. Your account has been suspended because of community standards on child sexual exploitation, abuse, and nudity for an account called Maddie White, which is, as you can see in the thumbnail there, that's a girl's account. Obviously, I have no idea who that is or what that is. The other accounts here, as you can see, are just random mismashings of letters. Account integrity. Your account has been accessed from Kazakhstan. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm frankly at a loss for words. I suppose we're not we are. I've unintentionally picked a fight with people that have a lot more um, in the race than I anticipated. Uh, to go through that, like to go about it in that way, if you are a normal person watching this that did that, like child fucking, I, uh, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Um, I cannot, like, there is no part of me that believes that it's coincidental that while I'm offline, I get a Twitch ban with no reason given. Then the day I come back from that and start talking about it, an unrelated third party social media site using my actual government name that I've had for 12 years and I used to keep in touch with, college friends and whatever, but very infrequently. Uh, that gets tied into an account of a woman who was probably also hacked, and then a bunch of random burner accounts from Kazakhstan who are trying to. I don't even know what the proper terminology is, but who are getting those accounts banned off of social media sites for um, child abuse. I mean, I don't even know if I could fucking put this video out saying it. That's disgusting. be like I can't even. It's obvious to me that I'm in a fight that I'm ill suited, or in a battlefront here that I'm ill suited to navigate. Um, I'm no coward. I don't not one part of me whatsoever um, changes my view on this, but obviously this is kind of crossing a threshold into like um, this is a sincere request here. This is not just rhetorical. I'm not great with internet stuff. I don't know how to navigate. I'm not great with like my cybersecurity. I really don't know too much about computers. Maybe this is just like an overconfidence and whatever, and I've misassessed my foe here or whatever. But like, do I call the police? Like, are there is there like, do I need to worry about fucking somebody putting CP on like a on an account of mine from one of these things? Like, uh, how do I don't know. I know this is not a world I understand, and I could use some help. Uh, I don't know what to do here, guys, and you know, I mean, I've got emails in the past saying to kill yourself. Emails of like people sending photos of like the Google Street View of like my family's home with like the eyeball emoji. Like there's been things before that I've crossed a line, certainly, but I could usually just like sort of write those off to just misguided anger and whatever. Like I can at least understand the framework, but like to go to do this is like a level of not only malice and intentionality, but it's just that's like literally the worst possible thing that you could do to that. Like that is in my view the absolute singular most abhorrent crime a human could commit. Um, and I obviously and, like I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what to do here. I really want to continue playing a fucking video game. Crazy that this is stemming from that, and hopefully help some people get better at that video game. Um, I am dispossessed of the capacities to tie things together in a way where I can distinctly point to a group and say, "Hey, this is who's responsible." Um, but very obviously, looking at that thread of uh, email receipts there, and then tying that together with the exact correspondence to when, hey, they thought I was deplatformed, but I decided to stream somewhere else, and literally within an hour, all of a sudden, I'm getting fucking um. There's no way that's a coincidence, and maybe it's somebody who really really hates me. I don't know, but what I do know is that I obviously need to uh, uh, do a better job of sort of safeguarding myself from these sorts of things. Um, if anyone is like into cybersecurity or has any advice, I know I often project the stance of this uh, paragon of knowledge as it pertains to PoE. And it might seem a little ironic given how much time I spend on computers, but this is really, really an area that I have absolutely zero skill set in, zero aptitude towards, and I'm really a fish out of water here. I don't want this to bleed over into my real life in such a vile, vile way. Um, and if you guys have any concrete steps that I can take or any suggestions on how to proceed here, I would be really, really appreciative if you could let me know below in the comments. Um, if anyone's ever had this happen to them before, uh, I would also love to hear how you got that resolved. Um, going after what amounts to like the singular livelihood and pursuit and passion of mine, and then my social connections, and um, it's this is yeah. Obviously, uh, there's a conflict happening one way right now, and while I don't even know who the conceptual foe is here. It's obvious that I need to do a better job of, protecting myself against these kinds of things in the future. So, sorry for the bummer kind of downtrodden thing here, but I read there's a lot of comments on the previous video. There's some ambiguity on what's going on there. Maybe Twitch could reach out. Beyond a shadow of a doubt now, as I said about the second one, that the permanent ban, that's just something that patently did not happen. I don't know if Twitch has like a botting or an AI system that just kind of parses through requests and, based on keywords or based on whatever, just goes through with them. But obviously, I'm not from Kazakhstan, nor am I a female, nor am again, I haven't even used that account in a month. So there is no part of me now that has any ambiguity about what's going on. I obviously am uncertain as to who the aggressor or offender is here, but I suppose it probably doesn't matter. If somebody's sophisticated enough to get access to all these different things, I suspect that they're certainly capable of keeping their identity unknown. And since I'm perhaps just a little naive or foolish, maybe, that's not an option for me. In fact, they now have access to that's my personal email with my personal Discord or my personal Instagram, and there's been a variety of other things that I'm not going to go into as well in the past. That I mean, if nothing else, man, there's people don't go and do shit like this unless there's a reason, and you know, I think I know what that reason is, and I think there's lots of those reasons that are causing this, but I suppose at the end of the day, what I'm saying is just conjecture, and man, this is not how I anticipated PoE2 going. Hopefully, the totality of these things, I'll do as good of a job as I can, I suppose, recording them and keeping track of it all, so I can at least put forth a a cogent argument as to why these things are not real, and there is some artificial and motivated, reactionary, not reactionary, but aggressive. I don't know what the fucking word is. Man, I'm sorry. I'm just tripping out a little bit, man. Like, it's one thing when people try to swap your divs, but people going on like my fucking personal account where all my family members are on there and trying to fucking load CP. You gotta be kidding me, man. What's wrong with you? You is, I don't even know the person's watching. Doubt they speak English, even if they do. Oh, boys. Who knew, right? Who knew? Anyways, fellas, I just wanted to keep you up to date. I realize I'm just sort of droning on here a little bit. I don't mean to be turning this YouTube session into therapy. I'm not. I don't know how to proceed. I really, as a sincere request here, guys, if you have any insights here, I'd be very, very grateful for any feedback. And I had to, when I saw what was going on, I ended stream and I said goodnight first and ended stream. Obviously, kind of a double-edged sword, I suppose, streaming and stuff. Perhaps I'm inadvertently showing information that I shouldn't be or whatever. But I'm not gonna tail tuck and run away. But I would obviously like to fill in the gap of whatever asymmetry is at play here. So if you can give me some assistance in that pursuit, I'd be very, very grateful. All right, fellas, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I can get back to the game, and we can get this sorted out. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. Have a great night.